Jack Smith.
Apes, apes, my little baby apes. This is your internet buddy, Jack Smith. And Jack Smith got no sleep last night. Well, actually, Jack Smith got strange sleep last night. In-laws are over. Was forced to sleep on the porch, which is kind of lovely. But Jack Smith is a light sleeper. A very light sleeper. And every single sound wakes Jack Smith up. And of course, there are people who are, let's just say, Hispanic, somewhere in the neighborhood, having a fiesta of sorts, which kept Jack Smith up. In addition, there were kittens jumping on my head, which is a lovely way to lose sleep. It's far better than, diarrhea or drunken bed spins. But the end result is the same. Lack of sleep. Yeah, I must have woke up like 15 times last night. And I was tired to begin with. But enough about me. Jack Smith was watching a video yesterday of the poster boy for conservative autism, Ben Shapiro. Love me some Ben Shapiro, but being an autist, Ben ironically is not a great communicator, despite that being his job. He tends to speak too quickly, as many brilliant autists are wont to do. And speaking too quickly sometimes makes one seem less succinct. So Ben Shapiro was in this video I saw. He was speaking to some congresswoman, a negress, as it were. I forget her name, but her name is unimportant. And this congresswoman was hammering Ben with the white privilege thing. The white privilege trope. Now here's the thing. Ben allowed her to get away with it, did not take her to task for it. Maybe he doesn't realize that he should have. Maybe he was a bit starstruck by being in front of Congress. But here's the thing. What has been co-opted by leftists and is being promoted as white privilege is simply majority privilege or majority circumstance, not even privilege, because there is a downside to majority circumstance. But there is an upside to majority circumstance, which I guess can be thought of as privilege. But every majority, even in cultures within minorities, every majority has a privilege. there is there are privileges all over the place. Calling something white privilege when it is only majority privilege is, of course, racist. And letting this asshole congresswoman get away with being a bigot was very foolish on Ben Shapiro's part. It's possible that to question her in a polite manner would have used up too much time in front of Congress, because you apparently only get a certain amount of time. But I'm sure he could have found a way to have done it, and he should prepare himself for this shit. Majority privilege is not race specific. Go to any country, the majority has a privilege. Go to any subculture, the majority has a privilege. The majority of every group has a privilege. Case in point, say you find your unborn child inconvenient and you want to end that child's life. You can do so in this country because of majority privilege. The majority of the country is liberal. And the majority of the country feels that women should have the power to end the life of their unborn child. That is majority privilege. The country is liberal in the sense that we like to be able to do stuff that's convenient for us. Despite the fact that the majority of the country is conservative in other ways. Strangely enough, we don't like a lot of nudity. Violence, okay. Nudity, not so much. For some bizarre reason. We love free trade. We love freedom. A woman's allowed to do what she wants with her body. And so is a man. Prostitution is illegal. Majority privilege. The majority doesn't want it for some odd reason, even though it would make complete sense in 1,000 ways. The marijuana legality issue. Although that's coming around little by little. So anyway, yeah, Ben Shapiro, I love you to pieces, buddy, but there is no racial privilege. There is only majority privilege. All right? Yeah, this kind of reminds me of the whole trannies in the military kerfuffle going on. Trannies in the military. Of course, fags are freaking out about it because, it's very important for people who are trapped in bodies that are not really theirs be like part of the military. Yeah, I mean, we know it's all about incrementalism and social experimentation and using the military money for social experimentation. But it ain't gonna happen under the Orange Man's watch, because the Orange Man understands that body dysphoria is a mental illness that must be treated with transgenderism, with changing sex change through hormones and otherwise. Yeah, it's a fucking thing, right? It's an illness. It's a problem. It's a, you know, those people who have body dysmorphia and like their leg doesn't feel like it's their leg, so they have to cut it off. Yeah, we don't want those people in the military either, because they're high maintenance. Transsexuals are high maintenance. You're beautiful, but you're high maintenance. And if you're in a fucking gunfight and pinned down in some Muslim shithole for like a month, and you run out of your meds and start retransitioning back to your original form, what are you going to do? Sue the military for like fucking up your medical process? High maintenance. High fucking maintenance, right? So yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, white privilege, a completely racist construct. Majority privilege is not white privilege. It's just majority privilege. And it's ubiquitous to the planet of the apes. All right? So y'all go fuck yourselves. Ooh, did I just spit on the camera? Y'all go fuck yourselves. Because I love you. Jack Smith out.
Jack Smith.